What have you learned going through this whole thing?
Yeah, I think there's lots to be learned. I feel like I've had a lot of support from the organization, and the experience has been a new one. And like I said, there was lots to be learned. So I'm grateful it's almost over.
It was obviously out of character for you, but can you describe kind of what's going through your mind when the play happens?
Yeah, I don't think I need to get into it too much. It was just a reactionary thing that I felt like I just wanted to address something, and obviously got away from me. And it was not intended to be executed the way it was. And then the rest is history. So again, it's been an opportunity to learn and grow a little bit. And again, we're almost over with it. So I'm looking forward to getting back on the ice.
What was your reaction to, I guess, the discipline that was handed out, and then I guess afterwards with the appeal for staying?
Yeah, it is what it is. It's kind of, at that point, it's kind of out of your control. So you kind of take it, and we appealed, and I think that's about all you can do. So obviously we were trying to get him down because I wanted to get back on the ice, but the league made their decision, and you just got to live with it.
Was there anything else driving the player, like anger about the loss, or was it just like the play in the moment?
It was just a reactionary thing to what had happened. There was no history of no issue with anyone on that team, or we lose games, so the outcome of the game didn't have an impact on it.
What do you make of how the team has rallied behind you during this stretch?
Yeah, they've been outstanding. They're playing great hockey, which is great, and it just makes you want to get back on the ice with them and help, and so I'm looking forward to doing that.
Is there any silver lining to this? Obviously you want to play, but maybe the extra rest. Can you see any positive out of this?
I don't know. I guess it depends how you look at it. I'm more focused on just trying to get back on the ice. There are conversations that happen about trying to make the best use of the time, and then when you come back, you're in a good position to help the team and play well. But ultimately, it's just about trying to get back on the ice.
Were the appeals and the hearings difficult for you to prove your case? Was that difficult for you at all?
Difficult. Well, I didn't convince them of anything. So I guess so. But I was just honest about how the play went down and what I was thinking or trying to do. And like I said, the rest is up to them, and you got to live with their decision.
Did you talk to Spezza at all about what the appeal process was like?
No, I didn't. No.
Did you have lots of former players reaching out? And I say that because it felt like you got a lot of support online from former players.
I had some ex-teammates and stuff reach out, and nothing in particular that jumps out. It was more just support and understanding.
We'll do one more. What's it going to be like to come back on the second half of a back-to-back against the Cup champs, and then you have the Avalanche Saturday?
Yeah.
What is the challenge going to be, just getting thrown back in?
I think that's the best way to do it. I think you come back and you're right back into the mix. Against some good teams. But the team's been playing outstanding. The last 4 games. So for me, it's important that I come back and I'm able to kind of slide in there and play well and help the team, and so that's what I'll be trying to do. But again, I think that's a nice way to do it. Just get back in there, start playing, and then we'll put this all behind us.
Do you sense any extra energy coming into a game like this?
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, like you said, a lot of connections towards that. So having the off day yesterday, guys spend some time in the area, see some family and friends, and obviously, we come here once a year, so always exciting for them to have that and to enjoy that, and definitely to talk a lot about it.
You kind of have the luxury of playing in your hometown almost every home game, but what do you think it means for Auston and Matthew to get a chance to play here?
Yeah, I think no doubt it's a big deal. I think very proud of where they're from and their journey to the NHL, and a lot of people contribute towards that. Obviously, family, friends, coaches, all that, but also community. And this is the community they're from, and obviously has been a big part of helping produce them as players, and obviously their growth as people as well. So no doubt it's a big deal for them.
What do you think would you like, John, for him to score 50 in this building tonight?
Yeah, I think no doubt we want to see it. So, I'd say the odds are pretty good. So him just keep playing his game and just keep trying to impact the way he goes about his business. I think his mindset is tremendous, and how he doesn't get caught up in streaks or the numbers and all that. I think he's just going out there and playing and just being determined to make an impact and obviously finish his chances.
Definitely a unique building, different than what maybe you're used to. Is there anything different about sight lines or just the feel from a playing perspective?
I wouldn't say there's too much of that. I'd say it's just dark. You know, it's a darker building. The puck is also dark. So you know, so it's just picking the puck up, and certain rinks are different for things like that. So that's one of the things here that I find that's you know, one of the things you got to adapt to.
What do you make of the lineup shuffle since you've been back playing with Bobby and Nick?
Yeah, our team's obviously been playing really well, so Keefer's wanted to kind of keep things rolling, and two guys that have obviously made great impacts for us all year, and certainly have been playing really good hockey as of late. Obviously, Bobby's been on a roll, finding the net, doing a lot of good things. So, great chance for me to go out there and impact the game and help make them better and find chemistry with them too.
Similar kind of thing with the power play, keeping Tyler on PP1 after the goal you had the other night. Like, what's your sense of your role there?
To be ready for when my name's called upon. So obviously on the other unit, and with a lot of skill, a lot of talent, obviously has made an impact for us throughout the season as well. So just go out there and do my job, and obviously support the other guys when they go over the boards.
Almost time for Morgan to come back. What do you make of how he's handled this stretch?
Really well. I think he's you know, I think it's tough missing games, but I think we've tried to support him and encourage him, and obviously let him know that you know, we love the way he stood up for the team. I think, you know, a lot can be talked about on the action and the penalty and all that, but I think just in terms of him standing his ground and doing what he does for this hockey club on a daily basis, and in moments like that, how he just plays with a lot of passion, and you know, just things that are really important in a locker room, and he just brings those and shows that every single day. So, you know, he's handled things great, and I think he's just working to get ready and you know, come back and play. So, you know, we're excited for him to come back here soon.
What was yesterday like? What was yesterday like for you here?
It was good. You're spending time with family and just getting to feel home and be in the sun for a bit. It was pretty incredible.
You mentioned the family. Like, who's the most excited, you think, to be in the building tonight?
Oh, I think honestly just my parents. You know, I think it's been a while since they got to see me play at home, and you know, I think everyone's pretty excited that I just got to play live in front of them, and I'm just happy that they could you know, kind of make the trip and be here for it.
I guess, were they at the college game you played here? Was the last time they would have seen you at home?
Yes. Yeah, correct. Yeah, so that was the last game, and yeah, so I think everyone's super pumped.
Was it a strange feeling, though? Did you have to kind of pinch yourself? Somebody's coming in here as an NHL player, and obviously it's a bit of a different building, but got to be a cool feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a unique experience getting to be able to play in kind of two different atmospheres, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's always fun to come to your hometown, and yeah, so I'm just super pumped for tonight.
What do you think it'd be like to see Auston score number 50 here tonight at home?
Yeah, I think it would be pretty cool to watch, right? I think everyone in the is excited to see that, and you know, it's pretty cool that he could kind of do it in his hometown as well, and yeah, I'm super pumped for him, and I'm going to try to feed him the puck as much as possible tonight. So.
Do you get a sense of what he means to young hockey players? Obviously, you're an important guy, but what Auston means to young hockey players in this town?
Yeah, I mean, he means everything. You know, when I was growing up, he was someone to look forward to, and he was a big inspiration for a lot of kids growing up, and I'm sure he was a big reason as to why a lot of kids picked up a hockey stick, and so yeah, I mean, he's detrimental to Arizona hockey, and he means a lot to this community.
He said his memory of you as having an 8-pack at 8 years old and always being so big. What do you remember about what you were thinking looking up at Auston Matthews?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was kind of looking at him in awe all the time. You know, knowing that he was, you know, kind of the superstar coming from Arizona. I was always just looking at him, and just it was pretty incredible to watch at a young age. So,
what do you think it would mean for hockey in the state if or when the Coyotes can get, you know, a proper rink in the right neighborhood?
Yeah, I mean, it'd mean a lot. You know, I loved growing up and watching hockey here, and you know, I think it's it's important that young kids get the same opportunity as I had. I was pretty fortunate to be around all those NHL players and to get to watch the Coyotes in the playoffs, and it was just an exciting time. And I think Arizona grew to be more of a hockey city. So I'm looking forward to watching them kind of grow a place here and kind of build a bigger community.
Any specific memory that stands out with you in the stands watching the Coyotes?
I think it was the 2012 playoffs when it was kind of like a whiteout playing Detroit. Just remember going to those games as a kid and watching a guy like Donor who I could see on a daily basis, and then get to watch him play. It was pretty exciting for me, and just to be around the locker room and kind of have that. Ability to chat with the guys after it was truly incredible, and I was pretty fortunate to have that experience.
What will it be like to face Cooley?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be hard. He skates so well, and he's a challenging player to defend. But I'm excited to play him. It's I think it's gonna be the first time ever that we play against each other. So I'm excited for it.
How much talk between the two of you going into it?
Just a little bit. I didn't get to see him actually, but. Hopefully I think they come to Toronto here soon, so maybe I could sit down with them and just talk a little hockey. But I think we were kind of just talking a little smack back and forth, and I'm just really excited to play.
Austin, Knies was saying 50 or 60 friends and family. What's the guest list look like for you for this game?
Maybe not quite that large, like 20, 25, but it always is special, like I said, to come home and play in front of friends and family and play where you grew up. So it's always a cool moment.
Who's the most excited of your family, friends?
I mean, my parents, my immediate family is always super excited. I've got some kind of young cousins that are growing up a little bit now. They're got into hockey over the last couple of years, so they're excited too. So it's just cool to be able to have them here and play in front of them.
What would we need to get a milestone like 50 goals, and it's particularly in a place like this?
Yeah, it'd be great. I mean, it'd be cool. So I'm just going to continue to go out there and try to execute and play my game. But we just want to keep it rolling as a team as well. And I mean, these guys have kind of had our number over the last couple of years. So we want to keep this momentum going. They're going to be desperate tonight. For a win, and you just got to make sure that we're ready from the puck drop.
Matthew Knies was talking about how important you are for Arizona hockey. He said he was a young guy that looked up to you, and I'm sure there's a whole other generation of kids. Is that something that kind of means a lot to you here?
Absolutely, yeah, it means a lot, and I think he's in a great situation now where kind of a new wave of kids coming from Arizona that are playing at a high level, and that maybe he doesn't realize it yet, but a lot of kids absolutely look up to him and follow him now from being from here. So it's something that I take a lot of pride in, being from where I am, and trying to be a role model for kids coming out of Arizona to just have that hope and the belief that no matter where you play, no matter where you're from, if you have a dream and you stick to it, it's obviously something you can accomplish.
What do you think it would mean for this community to get a proper NHL-sized rink in the right neighborhood?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been the story for the last little while, and I think that'd mean a lot. I think that's the only way to do it. Obviously, there's a lot of things, a lot of stuff that goes into it, a lot of hoops you got to jump through, and different, people, regulations, all that stuff. But obviously, this is a amazing place to live, amazing place to play. Talking to the guys that I've had the opportunity to play here and friends on the team and stuff. I mean, it's an amazing place to live and play. But obviously, just missing the ring situation's obviously a little bit off. So I mean, if they could figure that out, I'm positive that they could find a solution and it'd work out best for everybody. But obviously, it's harder said than done.
How did it feel to play host on the day off yesterday?
Felt good. Yeah, it felt good. Nice to kind of host the guys, and luckily beautiful weather and all that stuff. So we definitely lucked out. So
how disappointing is it that Morgan Rielly's suspension was upheld and he didn't get a game?
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously a little bit disappointed. In the end, it's out of our control, and we're just going to keep fighting, keep battling for him. And I know once he's able to come back tomorrow, he's going to be ready to play. He's going to be excited to get back in our lineup, and he's going to be a big boost for us too, just because of who he is, the kind of person, the kind of player he is, what he means to this team, what he brings to this team. So we're looking forward to getting him back.
of Arizona connections in the organization. Does that present some added energy coming into this game tonight?
It does. That hasn't really manifested to positive things on the ice in the past. But yeah, certainly it's great to be here for myself. I have personal connections here. As you say, there's a number of others in our organization, obviously, that have much deeper connections. And it's beautiful here. It's great. It was a great day yesterday. Sun shining. So yeah, it's great to be here. And even this coming into this building is a nice change. It's different. It's unique to the NHL, obviously, but it's also a terrific building. They did an unbelievable job putting this together.
What's the key to beating someone like Vejmelka? He seemed to have performed pretty well against you guys.
Yeah, I think it's just like any other goalie or like any other time when the puck's not going in for you. You just stay with it. Things that you know will lead to goals. You got to generate chances first. That's the first thing. So you got to get to the goalie and then make it hard on him with how you're shooting the puck, how you're moving it, and the traffic, and all those kinds of things. But really, you focus on the different things you need to do to get to the goalie first, which is the greater challenge.
Gregor's going back in.
Yes.
What do you want to see from him? What made you decide to step him back last game?
Well, it's part of it is him, and part of it is just the others around him that have taken steps. Whether it's Revo or Bobby McMahon or Holmberg, Robertson, these guys have all, for me, played well and taken steps, and each of those guys have responded very well when their number wasn't called and they had to take a step back and miss games or move around the lineup. Gregor's the one guy that hasn't been the case. He's been consistently in our group, and for me, he hasn't taken the same type of steps. He's sort of plateaued a little bit in his play, not just because it's been a long time since he scored, but just even some of the other intangibles of his game that we expect to be really good. So sometimes just a chance to take a step back and gain a different perspective on the game and on the team and on your role gives you a chance to come out refreshed and ready to go. And like I said, I think each of our players, the ones that I mentioned there, have dealt with those situations very well. I guess I'd add David Kampf to that list. So sometimes you can look at coming out of the lineup as a negative, which of course it is. Everybody wants to play. However, it's a long season, and a chance to sort of disrupt the rhythm a little bit can kind of snap you back into place, and then off you go. And I guess Bobby McMahon most recently was a scratch, and then all of a sudden reinserted has found a whole nother level to his game. So for Gregor, just go out with a renewed mindset.
What's your sense of how Morgan is handling his time on the sidelines?
I think he's making the best of it, I guess is what I'd say. He's enjoying himself. He's had some time off. He's gotten some work in. He's obviously happy the team's doing well, and he'll be excited to get back to it tomorrow.
What have you liked about John on that line and William on the other line since he's come back? Or at least in the last game?
Well, it's just one game, and quite honestly, I didn't like a lot of it, to be honest, and in terms of how it looked. But I think, we owe it to give it a little bit of time. I don't want it to just be a one-off. I think there's enough there with Domi's played well with Willie and with Bert, not necessarily as a trio, but at his time with those guys has done well, and times when, whether it's John out or Austin out, Max has played well there. So, I think, like I talked about with a number of other things, whether it's McMahon or Tuesday on the power play, that just you got some positive momentum going as a group or with the individuals, and you want to try to capitalize on that. So it's to me a good opportunity for us to look at some different things, and you ask John to take a step back a little bit in terms of his role in the power play and with different line mates, but also a chance for him to sort of embrace some of our younger guys and bring them along and have some of his leadership help support those guys.
With Wool going down to the Marlies, what's the target date now for him to play an NHL game?
I wouldn't say we have a target date necessarily, other than to say the hope is that he feels good at the end of this week to be able to rejoin our team and then kind of get back up to NHL speed, which he's been working his way towards that in practices, and he'll get a couple Marlies practices here this week with hopes that he builds towards playing in a game for them this weekend. and then we'll take it from there. You know, whether to give him more time there or bring him back. But it's going to be really based on how he feels. Quite honestly, we had a bit of a plan a week ago for him to go there and start spending time and building his way back to be prepared to join us on this road trip, and he didn't feel comfortable or ready at that time. So it's really just about how he feels, and then they'll take it day to day from there and then make a decision. So it's probably more on Joseph at this point than it is us.
Why have the Coyotes been such a tough out?
Well, I think it's just, I mean, some of it you can't quite figure. I mean, I think on home ice, I think the Leafs have had a really, really difficult time against the Coyotes, and that goes back more than a decade. But just in my time in the league here, I would just say it's like any other team in the league. It's a good team, you know, and they've got good players, and they play with lots of skill. We played them in here last year, and they worked as hard and were as competitive and skilled and structured as any team we played, and they came out, and you're not ready for that. Catches you off guard. So I know they're going through a tough stretch right now, but a number of these games they've been in, they're tied after the second, they're leading in the third period, and the game just gets away on them. So it's a game, if you're not ready to play, you know, then like every other team in the NHL, they can make you look bad. And especially with this team here, I think they play a very unique style, the types of players they have. They're so skilled, they make so many plays with the puck to the neutral zone and in the offensive zone. And if you're not great defensively, you don't take care of the puck, well, they have it a lot, and you're going to be chasing them around. So it's about us you know, getting our game established quickly.